The Mediterranean diet isn't just a diet about what they eat in the Mediterranean. What the diet is a diet that was designed to find out the best foods for people's health. Which means that every time that I have one of these TikToks, someone that lives in the Mediterranean or been in the Mediterranean, they'll say, that's not how they eat. Well, it's not. But the history of the Mediterranean diet came from that era because it started in the 1940s and in the 1950s when one man, Ansel Keys, was interested in why these small little villages in the Mediterranean had such a low incidence of heart disease, while in the United States, we had about 500 deaths for every 100,000 people of heart disease. Or as he used to say, middle-aged executives were dying left and right from heart disease. So what he observed was in these certain villages, people ate a certain way. So he decided to test that theory. So what he did was he took certain people from those villages, little cohorts, not only in the Mediterranean, but also in Japan, South Africa, former Yugoslavia, and Finland, where they ate lots of saturated fat, to see what the results would be if you followed these people, a little over 12,000, for over 40 years. That resulted in this book, the 7-country study. That was the origin of what they discovered about heart disease that has revolutionized heart disease to this day. To this day, we talk about heart disease as the disease of atherosclerosis caused by excess cholesterol. That was found and proven by him in those cohort studies. Now, we still didn't have a real wrap around what the Mediterranean diet was until it became more scientific. And this is what happened. Different investigators over different time took portions of that diet and decided how much vegetables should you eat, how much fruit should you eat, how much legumes should you eat. And today's modern Mediterranean diet is based upon either a 9 or 12-point system based on how much food you eat in those categories. For example, if every day you eat 9 ounces or about 250 grams of vegetables, you get a point. You can get up to 9 points on most Mediterranean diet systems. That's the scientific. So when someone says it's ill-defined, it's not. It's very well defined. So here are some of the things that have been discovered. This is in the nutritional literature. This is not in common books, because the Mediterranean diet wasn't designed for weight loss. It was designed to see what factors decrease heart disease. And they found that people who adhered to the Mediterranean diet, like they get 5 to 7 points out of 9, had a 33% less incidence of heart disease than those who didn't. Further studies came along and found that those people who adhered to the Mediterranean diet had a 22% less risk of cancer. Other studies showed that those who adhered to the Mediterranean diet had a 9% incidence of longer lifespan and health span. So the Mediterranean diet decreased your risk of cancer, heart disease, increased your longevity, the most autoimmune friendly diet out there. And then when they started looking at it for weight loss, it turns out it matched up against keto and low carb and all other weight loss plans. The difference was the benefits of this diet extended far beyond just weight loss. In 1975, Keys wrote this bestseller, Eat Well and Live Well the Mediterranean Way. And today, we're going to have a resurgence of Mediterranean diet because we no longer look at food or diets as a way to lose weight. We have better ways for people to do that. We have the GLP-1s and the new drugs coming after, which will revolutionize it. So now we're looking back at the Mediterranean diet because it not only has weight loss, but it is a way that people can eat to decrease their risk of heart disease, cancer, reduce their inflammation in their bodies, and overall making them healthier.